put his on his head. Tell me that. Bow. Yes, if you and him are arguing, he doesn't like you. Surprise. If you and him are arguing, he doesn't like you. If you have to argue with him, he doesn't like you. And that's just what it is. Men don't argue with women they like. They like women that when you first meet a man, is he arguing with you? When you first meet a man that like you, is he arguing? Hell no. He's doing everything you say. He doesn't have a problem with anything. You know what I'm saying? So once a man starts arguing with you, that's your sign to leave. And I think women should take that as a sign. Once a man starts arguing with you, he is not he is not the man. He don't like you. He don't want to be with you. Cuz a man not going to argue with a woman he like. He's going to talk with a woman he's like. He's going to sit down and try to understand a woman he likes. But a woman that he don't like, he going to argue with her until she gets the point, until she leaves. You know what I mean? Men don't want to be the first one to leave because they don't want to be a deadbeat. They don't want to be that story. That story is so hard to live up. It's so hard to like get that stigma off of you for leaving kids. So now the new strategy is to just argue her down until the bitch gets a hint. You know what I mean? And it's sad because they're not saying none of that shit before you have children or before you're married. Before you have children, before you're married, they're wearing that mask, But once you have those kids with a man, and then he sees how much effort he truly has to put into you, he's gonna be thinking to himself, is this bitch really worth this much effort? I don't even really like this bitch. And it's sad because, that can all be determined before kids come into play because kids deserve two-parent households. I think they deserve them. I think all kids deserve I think all kids deserve two-parent households. I think they're all entitled to that. But once, once y'all start arguing, that is a hint. He don't like you no more. Once you and a man start, he doesn't like you, and you don't need kids to be looking at arguing because that's gonna become a part of their personality. That hi, I said hi. That is gonna become a part of their personality, and arguing is I mean, it can be a good trait when you're a lawyer or when you're in that type of field, but some people don't want to argue all day. Some people just want to get to the point. You need to do A, B, and C. Adios, amigo. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no, I didn't do this. La, la, la. Like that shit is just too much. Some people just want to chill and just talk like regular people, be normal. You know what I mean? They don't want their eyes bucking and all that shit. So I say I'm on my ball, y'all. If you want it, boy, don't do that. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I think kids they need two-parent households. They deserve that. It's a blessing to them to be able to look up at their father and say, Daddy's here, to look up at their mother and say, Mommy's here. And when one parent is when one parent's stressed out and the other parent can take over, at any moment of the day. Hi, Fortnite gamer. What do you guys think? Do you think two-parent households are good for kids? I think they can be great. You know what I mean? Kids can have two people. They have two support systems, two security systems, two people working as one to raise a little person. You know what I mean? But that's all I wanted to say, y'all. Don't marry broke. Don't do it. It's a curse. Peace.